My favorite director is Wes Anderson, but what makes his films so great? For me, it all comes down to a few major points regarding the artistic style of his work. 1. Symmetry. One of the things I love most about Wes Anderson is his interesting use of symmetry. That's a film camera. The careful balance creates scenes with characters that truly stand out from the background, while still highlighting the near-perfect beauty of the setting itself. This is the first element I want to touch on to help support my conclusion. Future self? One of the most eye-catching aspects of Anderson's filmmaking is that he revels in the process itself. Look at the camera work, for instance. We know we're looking at a movie set because of how balanced everything in the frame is. Real life is much more messy. 2. Whip pans. Who doesn't love whip pans? Those of us with motion sickness, most likely. The whip pans Wes Anderson uses are just an extension of the creative dynamic he employs in all of his best films. Some other notable camera work includes unusual angles, dolly shots, and truck shots. All of these and more work together to bring eccentricities to Anderson's final product. Unlike many other movies, the audience becomes aware of the camera, something that, in certain styles, can elevate the viewing experience, especially for cinephiles. In addition, the camera creativity often goes hand in hand with the symmetry and balance mentioned prior to create distinctive frames for the action of the film to take place within. It almost provides a physical view of the fourth wall, and with this comes the realization that there's a window within, beckoning us to engage with the colorful inner worlds. Looks like the director of photography is working overtime. 3. Structure. Fourth wall breaking is usually groaned at, unless you're a Deadpool or Wes Anderson film. While an occasional wink and a nudge to the audience is enough to give viewers something to smile about, Anderson transforms the way we think about the fourth wall, making it into a charming sort of signature that's baked into the scripts themselves. One example of this is in Asteroid City, one of the director's more recent films. On the surface, this movie is about a junior stargazers convention that gets crashed by an alien. Pretty simple plot. But, as you get deeper into the film, the layers start to reveal themselves. First, it is revealed that the movie that we're watching is actually a documentary. It's a documentary about a play. This particular play was adapted into the movie you're watching simultaneously. May sound convoluted, and it certainly may be for some, but in my opinion, the movie does an amazing job at delineating between the segments through its use of color, making the documentary and play segments black and white, while saving the bright, highly saturated colors we've come to associate with Wes Anderson for the movie within the movie. Come to think of it, it's more of a break in the overall expected dramatic structure than a break in the fourth wall. Interesting. Four. Color. One of the best ways to elevate your film is to pay special attention to color. There isn't much I can say that hasn't already been said about Anderson's use of color. The bright, bold hues are his staple. However, it would also help to pay attention to the less talked about elements of his style. Every emotion has color connotations, and this director understands what kind of effect those deeper meanings have on us as an audience. Additionally, the black and white shots provide a look into the filmmaking of the past that very few movies nowadays pay homage to. They provide connections to our roots and thematic importance, indicating a change in scene, tone, or location as well. 5. Auteur. And action. We are all authors in our own stories, and that's where the term auteur comes from. Wes Anderson and the crews he works with leave the unmistakable touch of a filmmaker on each and every creation. It's what we strive for as storytellers, and that's what Anderson does best. We aren't meant to live within his films. We are meant to experience them as a child hears a bedtime story. is an innate human desire to leave our mark on the world in a way that conveys our souls long after we're gone. This auteur has created love letter after love letter, not just to the fine craft of filmmaking, but to the artistic voice itself. For this reason, above all else, he is my favorite director, and I hope, like every other film student, to create something just as powerful one day, when it's my turn to hold the camera. So, what makes a Wes Anderson film so great? Symmetry, balance, and attention to detail in every frame. Dynamic camera movement to back up the careful detail in every shot. Plot structure that breaks the rules and keeps the film interesting and the viewers on their toes. Color that catches the eye and brings emotion out of every scene. And finally, but most importantly, the ode to creators everywhere that seeps into the very fabric of the stories Anderson has weaved together. There's nothing quite like celebrating the inherent joy of creation. That was Cody's feature film, A Brick Wall, featuring 20 minutes of a brick wall. And it's not even made out of brick, it's made out of cement blocks. Ooh, fumble on his part, for real. Join us next time to see him cry. Us with motion sickness, most likely.
Oh, I'm in the frame.
One of the most interesting aspects of... No, I've used interesting too many times. Got it. I can't say interesting. Look at the camera work, for instance. We know we're looking at a movie set because everything in the frame is very well balanced. Whereas... How am I going to stumble at the last block? The last little hurdle. Whereas... A rabbit's teeth getting in the way.
The gator waits for the bird to make a mistake before he strikes. So he waits and waits, and the bird, smarter than the alligator, will fly away. Or there is no alligator.
Look at the camera work, for instance. We know we're looking at a movie because of how balanced everything looks in the frame. Real life is much more messy. What do you mean I was off to the side? Dog.
No, what I mean.
You did. You've been using
No,
autofocus.
no, what do you mean?
You are.
I don't know how the cameras work. I didn't press what she didn't tell me to.
You're cheating. You dog.
No.
You dog.
No, what do you mean? You have to believe me.
Time for your beatings.
No.
Revels in the process itself. Look at the camera work, for instance. We know we're looking at a... Got it. You did this.
What'd I do, huh?
You used fucking autofocus and you can't use autofocus.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. I didn't push any buttons. So that means you were using autofocus.
I was not using
Oh, yeah?
autofocus. It was whoever was using my camera last, and that was not me.
Oh, who was using the camera last?
You know what? It's Graham. Graham, we're coming for you. Count your days. One of the most interesting aspects of Anderson's filmmaking is that I said interesting. Cut it. One of the most interesting aspects of
Of who, Cheyenne? Of who?
13th reason. Cut it. You better not be filming either. I gotta deal with your attitude, the way you talk.
This is abuse.
It ain't.
Abuse.
I hired you for a reason.
Paid me in.
Turn that shit off.
Paid me in Sour Patch Kids and Swedish Fish.
Yeah, and you got paid, didn't you? We agreed on a specific schedule. Turn that shit off.